How can anyone be able to produce something like the Quran when the Quran is the word of Allah, who created everything? How can the words of the created ever be similar to the words of the Creator? Examples of the miracle of the Quran. Whoever reads through the Quran will realize that it contains various levels of superiority through both the apparent and hidden meanings that it mentions. Allah said, Ar-Rak, Abakimakimet ayatuhu, thumma fussilat min ladun hakim khabir. A book, the verses whereof are perfect, and then explained in detail from one who is wise and well acquainted. So the expressions in the Quran are perfect, and its meanings are explained. Further, every word and meaning in the Quran is eloquent and cannot be surpassed. The Quran also mentioned the stories of the people of the past, and these accounts and stories occurred exactly as the Quran stated. Also, the Quran commanded every type of righteousness and forbade every type of evil, just as Allah stated, وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا, meaning true in the stories it narrates and just in its laws. The Quran is true, just and full of guidance. It does not contain exaggerations, lies, or falsehood, unlike Arabic and other types of poems that contained lies. These poems conform with the popular statement, the most eloquent speech is the one that contains the most lies. Sometimes one would find a long poem that mainly contains descriptions of women, horses, or alcohol. Or the poem might contain praise or the description of a certain person, horse, camel, war, incident, fear, lion, or other types of items and objects. Such praise or descriptions do not bring any benefit, except shed light on the poet's ability to clearly and eloquently describe such items. Yet, one will only be able to find one or two sentences in many long poems that elaborate on the main theme of the poem, while the rest of the poem contains insignificant descriptions and repetitions. As for the Quran, it is entirely eloquent in the most perfect manner, as those who have knowledge in such matters and understand Arabic methods of speech and expressions concur. When one reads through the stories in the Quran, he will find them fruitful, whether they were in extended or short forms, repeated or not. The more these stories are repeated, the more fruitful and beautiful they become. The Quran does not become old when one repeats reciting it, nor do the scholars ever get bored with it. When the Quran mentions the subject of warning and promises, it presents truths that would make solid, firm mountains shake. So what about the comprehending, understanding hearts? When the Quran promises, it opens the hearts and the ears, making them eager to attain the abode of peace, paradise, and to be the neighbors of the throne of the Most Beneficent. For instance, on the subject of promises and encouragement, the Quran said, فَلَا تَعْلَمُ نَفْسٌ مَا أُخْفِيَ لَهُمْ مِنْ قُرَّةِ أَعْيُنٍ جَزَاءً بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. And وَفِيهَا مَا تَشْتَهِيهِ الْأُنفُسُ وَتَلَذُّ الْأَعْيُنُ وَأَنْتُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. Therein all that inner selves could desire, and all that eyes could delight in, and you will abide therein forever. On the subject of warning and discouragement, أَفَأَمِنْتُمْ أَنْ يَخْسِفَ بِكُمْ جَانِبَ الْبَرِّ and أَأَمِنْتُمْ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاءِ أَنْ يَخْسِفَ بِكُمُ الْأَرْضِ فَإِذَا هِيَ تَمُورُ أَمْ أَمِنْتُمْ مِنْ فِي السَّمَاءِ أَنْ يُرْسِلَ عَلَيْكُمْ حَصِبًا فَسَتَعْلَمُونَ كَيْفَ نَذِيرٌ will not cause the earth to sink with you, and then it should quake. Or do you feel secure that He, who is over the heaven, will not send against you a violent whirlwind? Then you shall know how has been my warning. On the subject of threats, the Quran said, فَكُلًا أَخَذْنَا بِذَنْبِهِ for his sins. Also, on the subject of soft advice, the Quran said, أَفْرَأَيْتَ إِنْ تَعْنَهُمْ سِنِينَ ثُمَّ جَاءَهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يُوعَدُونَ مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يُمَتَّعُونَ. If we do let them enjoy for years, and afterwards comes to them that which they had been promised, all that with which they used to enjoy shall not avail them. There are many other examples of the eloquence, beauty, and benefits of the Quran. When the Quran is discussing laws, commandments, and prohibitions, it commands every type of righteous, good, pleasing, and beneficial act. It also forbids every type of evil, disliked, and amoral act.